renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Ready to gain an edge in your career? Tide Machinery's Service Technician Apprenticeship Program is designed for anyone wishing to become a diesel mechanic working on Case IH equipment through full-time, on-the-job training. Enjoy hands-on work experience, learn from factory-trained service experts, and apply your knowledge from school directly to your work with this unique program opportunity. Become a titan in the industry and grow with a dealership that invests in you at Tide Machinery, Highmore, Miller, and Pierre, your local Case IH dealer. Visit TitanMachinery.com/careers to learn more.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family-owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years' experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
At Momus,
Family Dental, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. And now, your Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7, DRGnews.com.
Hey, hello, and a very good Tuesday evening, everybody. A night of high school volleyball this time coming your way as we take to the big town. We're at Sioux Falls, Washington High School, where the highly touted Warriors will entertain the Pierre Governors. Here in your home for the Pierre Governor Sports, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com. I'm Brian Oakland to bring you play-by-play of Governor Volleyball here this evening. And again, as Pierre comes in off of a 1-1 trip over the weekend at home to beating Sturgis on Friday night in 4 sets, but a loss to Spearfish on Saturday afternoon. They'll bring a 2-5 mark here into the Washington High School gym to take on a Washington team that is off to a 4-1 start on the season. William Wilson will run the show in studio tonight on our DRG Media Group World Headquarters, River 92.7 studio, and also Caleb Brozick is here. We've got live video streaming with the help of Live Ticket, and that's available on DRGnews.com and your DRG News smartphone app. Of course, the River 92.7 page of either, and you can watch this match as well as hear it with our live video streams online. You can also view that through gogovs.live. Tough test for the Governors coming up tonight, obviously, and for a number of years the schedule has started, as far as the competition goes, I would say, better matchups in this case for the Governors, but it does get a little bit tougher once you start playing these metro teams out of the Sioux Falls area, the Harrisburgs, the Brandon Valleys, and things like that, and that kind of begins here with a Washington team that has been in the state finals or the top three, I think, for about 5 years running. They have been, they've had quite a program under the tutelage of Coach Kelly Schroeder. We'll, of course, hear from him tonight, and we get a chance to chat with Kerry Wheelhouse as well as part of Keys to Success. Got plenty to talk about, in fact, and really, to be quite honest, the JVs played well, even though they did lose in 2 straight sets. The sophomores are playing quite well. We've got an 18-18 tie in game number 2, but Washington did win a close one in the first set as well. So we'll see how this one's going to go, and maybe the Governors can even give us a little extra time to talk about a few extra things if they pull off a set victory in this sophomore match as well. We'll open with a 3-minute timeout, and it is our Bank West pregame show. When we come back, we'll take a look around the state of South Dakota, give you the states of volleyball in Class AA, the aforementioned Keys to Success with the head coaches also coming up, that and starting lineups and more all on the way. It's Bank West for the best. Your Bank West pregame show begins in 3 minutes. Pierre Governor Volleyball coming your way, and your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio, Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
On the road with the Governor Volleyball Squad, we welcome you once again to Sioux Falls, a back and forth sophomore set that's going on right now, but A 4-point rally by Sioux Falls, Washington has them up 22-20 as they go for a 2-game sweep in this one. We'll see if the Governors can rally and even extend our Bank West pregame show. But we welcome you here to the first of 3 volleyball matches that we have for you this week. Of course, we had some soccer last night. We've got volleyball tonight. Volleyball again from Rigside Gym on Thursday when the Governors host Sioux Falls Lincoln. Then, of course, homecoming football Friday night and volleyball again on Saturday afternoon when the Governors go to T area. We also will have soccer on Saturday afternoon when the Govs host T area in a pair of matches at the PILC soccer fields. By the way, just got a note about homecoming football coming up. The Pierre City Commission has okayed and approved the use of fireworks after the homecoming matchup. So if you plan to go to the homecoming game, stick around for the fireworks, but if you happen to be staying home and watching it, just be aware at around 10 o'clock probably there will be a fireworks display in town, and that might also be of note for folks with pets who don't go well or don't play nicely necessarily with fireworks and loud noises and things like that. So just something to keep in mind coming up on Friday after homecoming football. Well, a quick reminder for all of those on the road as you follow your Governors or whatever the purpose, you're on the road. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us that's to slow the drive and arrive alive. You've got some place to be, and buckle up every trip, every time as well. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play coming up. We begin our Bank West pregame show with a look around the state of volleyball in Class AA and see how things are shaping up so far. And we'll give you the schedule of tonight and what's coming up into the week. Let's take a quick look at what happened over the weekend. Sioux Falls, Washington is playing tonight for the first time since last Tuesday. Their last time out, they did get a 4-set win here at home over Sioux Falls Jefferson. And they'll take on the Governors tonight, who were a 4-set winner on Friday night, 25-23, 25-22, 15-25, 25-23. And then the Governors on Saturday hosted Spearfish, but lost 25-12, 25-15. Did get a set 25-22, but then lost 25-13 to lose to the Spartans. Other action on Friday night had Aberdeen Central beating Spearfish by a 3-2 game count. And then on Saturday, Harrisburg swept Huron 3-0. Aberdeen swept Sturgis 3-0. And as we speak, these Governors sophomores have won this second set, so they're going to go to a race to 15 best, or I should say a third game. So we will have a little bit more to talk about and an extended Bank West pregame show coming up here. There was also plenty of action in a Rapid City Monument tournament at the big Monument Arena, and Rapid City Stevens and Central played in that. Douglas did as well. Brookings also played out of AA teams. They've got plenty of action in that. In fact, looking at Stevens' record, they're not just from this tournament, but they are already 14 matches into this season with a 12-2 record. Spearfish has already played 14 as well, as they are 9-5 on the season. Douglas has played 15 matches, but a 3-12 mark to show for it. Here are the current power rankings and the standings to go along with them. 3-time defending state champion Harrisburg is at 5-0, the number 1 overall seed, followed by Brandon Valley at 6-2. Aberdeen Central, winners of 5 out of 6 to start the season, is 5-1. They host Sioux Falls Lincoln tonight. Stevens at 12-2 is number 4. Watertown's been playing well. The only team to beat the team we'll see tonight in Sioux Falls, Washington is the Watertown Arrows. They're 7-3, followed by Washington, who is currently in the 6th spot with a 4-1 mark. Mitchell continues to play well. They're 4-3 overall. Spearfish is 9-5, and then who is tied with Mitchell in the 7th spot. Then O'Gorman is number 9 with a 5-2 record, followed by Lincoln, Brookings, Rapid City Central, Sioux Falls Jefferson, Sturgis in the 14th spot. Huron is 2-6, and the Governors are 2-5. Pierre right now is in the 16th and final SODAC 16 power ranking. The 4 teams behind them on the outside currently looking in would be Yankton, Douglas, T-Area, who we'll see on Saturday, and also Sioux Falls Roosevelt. T-Area is 0-5, Roosevelt 0-7. in fact, still looking for their first victories of the season. Busy schedule tonight, 8 matches included including this one with the Governors playing here at Washington. As mentioned, it's Aberdeen. I think I said they're hosting Lincoln, but they are also here in Sioux Falls at Lincoln. Meanwhile, in the ESD, Huron goes to Yankton tonight. Brandon Valley heads to Brookings. And Watertown will host the O'Gorman Knights. T-Area here in the Metro plays host to Sioux Falls Jefferson. You go further out west, it's Rapid City Central playing at Douglas. And Spearfish is hosting Lee Deadwood in the Black Hills Conference. More matches on Thursday. The Governors will be back home as they'll take on Sioux Falls Lincoln. Aberdeen will host these Sioux Falls Washington Warriors on Thursday as well. Yankton will play at Mitchell. T-Area hosts Brandon Valley. Brookings goes to Class A reigning state champion Del Rapids. And then Sturgis against Hill City out in the Black Hills Conference. And then on Friday, Sioux Falls, Jefferson, and Roosevelt will host Rapid City Central and Stevens. They'll flip-flop venues on Saturday. And Pierre goes to T-Area on Saturday. Brookings at O'Gorman as well. And then Harrisburg, I was looking at their schedule, didn't recognize the locations that they were going to be playing on Friday and Saturday, but they've got some interesting competition that is going to take them to a little town called Las Vegas, Nevada, that the Harrisburg Tigers are going to play 1 match Friday and then 3 on Saturday, as they'll get some certainly out of state but far, far away competition. And as good as they've shown themselves to be and promise to be again this season, it's certainly a great opportunity for a group of great players from Harrisburg to go to Las Vegas this weekend. And that'll round out the schedule. Once again for the Governors, Washington tonight, home against Lincoln on Thursday, and then they go to T-Area Saturday afternoon. That is slated for a 2 o'clock start time, and we'll be on the air at 1:30. With Saturday's events, soccer and volleyball playing against T-Area with the volleyball players on the road. Soccer is at home. Soccer will take precedence and be here on River 92.7 with games at 12 noon and 2 o'clock. Justin Cowart will have those here on River 92.7, and I'll head to T-Area with the girls' volleyball squad, and we'll be on 1060 KGFX and 103.1. That isn't until Saturday, but thought we'd put that message out there. But a whole lot of Governor sports coming up in this week on the stations of DRG Media Group, with homecoming football and other soccer games included as well. That's the state of volleyball here in Class AA, part of your Bank West pregame show. And right now it's early in that third and final set of the sophomore match. Sioux Falls Washington leads Pierre by the score of 3-2. Let's take another 3-minute break. When we come back, we'll look at the schedules of other Governor sports that are going on this week, as we've got an opportunity for an extra segment here in our Bank West pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Back at Sioux Falls as we continue our pregame show. Brian Oakland, glad to have you aboard here this evening. Tuesday night, again starting a busy week of high school sports. Here's what else is going on in Governor Sports Land this week. It started last night with a makeup game of a soccer match for the Governor girls. They hosted Rapid City Stevens. Stevens is still unbeaten, if I remember correctly, and a 3-1 victory for Rapid City Stevens to win that one. The soccer teams will be in action once again as this week continues, and they'll be next in action. As we mentioned, it won't be till Saturday, but we will have coverage of the Governors hosting the T-Area Titans games at 12 and 2, and I think they are at the PILC soccer fields. Justin Cowart and Chris Derry will have the calls on these starting at 11:30 here on River 92.7 with Pierre Governors Soccer on Saturday. And then the following Thursday, which is still 9 days away from now, the Governors will be on the road at Mitchell to play matches at Joe Quintal Stadium. Here's what else is going on, and let's start with these volleyball squad players once again. You've got Sioux Falls Lincoln coming up at home on Thursday. Good for the Governors to play a home match in homecoming week, so come out and watch them host the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots this coming Thursday. They go to T-Area in a match that'll be on KGFX, and we'll have that one for you as well starting at 1:30 with the pregame. After Saturday, the schedule has the Governors completely off. No games for 2 full weeks. They won't play again until Saturday, October 4th, when they host the currently second power-rated Brandon Valley Lynx, so they'll have a lot of time to prepare for that one. In other Governor sports, competitive cheer and dance is busy in Huron tonight with a competition. They'll go to Brookings for a matchup at the Dakota Bank Center on the other side of I-29. If you happen to follow the competitive cheer and dance team and are making that trip to Brookings on Saturday. Tennis squad playing at Aberdeen on Saturday, and then the next week they've got a duel with Spearfish out west, and then they'll play the ESD conference meet. That is scheduled for Thursday, Monday, September 29th, when they go to Yankton. That's the upcoming schedule for the girls tennis squad. And the boys golf team has their next competition at Lakeview Golf Course in Mitchell this coming Friday. And then Monday, September 29th, they will go to Brandon Valley to play the ESD conference tournament there as well. Cross country boys and girls in action at Broadland Creek on Saturday this coming weekend, and then next Friday they will head out to Rapid City to run at Hart Ranch, and that spread that they've got out south of Rapid City. The cross country teams have been doing quite well. Keep following what they've got going on, and continued best of luck to all of our Governor athletes. And of course, it is homecoming week, so the big football game for the maybe newly revitalized Pierre Governors, who defeated Watertown on Friday night 41-19. They will host the Brookings Bobcats coming up on Friday night at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field. And think about this rivalry, two teams that faced each other in the Dome 4 and 5 years ago, I believe it was. And then you've got a Brookings team that shut out the Governors last year at Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium in Brookings. It was 13-0. And that was a game that featured even the 2 touchdowns that Brookings scored were defensive touchdowns. So as the Governors rolled up some offense at Watertown the other night, they'll hopefully be able to keep that offense going this coming Friday night. Join us for the pregame at 6:25 for the homecoming game with the Governors and Brookings coming up Friday night. Next week, the Govs are on the road to Yankton, so we'll head back to the place where Pierre punched their ticket to the Dome last year, Crane Youngworth Field. Pierre beat Yankton 14-9 that night, and they'll try to do that again, but Yankton is the undisputed #1 team in Class 11 AA at this point of the season, and the Govs will have a matchup against their 11 AAA opponent a few games away yet when they come back here to Sioux Falls to O'Gorman to battle Jason Poppinga and the Knights as well. That's the upcoming schedule that the Governor football teams have, and as well as other Governor sports. Well, the Governor sophomores are 2 points away from a 3-set victory here in this sophomore match. They lead 13-9. And we'll see if they can finish it off. We're going to break for 3 minutes. We'll be back with more of our Bank West pregame show and begin our chat with the coaches. The Keys to Success portion of our pregame that's brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Chat with our good friend Kelly Schroeder coming up from Sioux Falls, Washington a little bit later on, but we'll speak first with Kerry Wheelhouse, the head coach of the Pierre Governors with Keys to Success. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs. It's River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Fall sports are here, and Beck Motor Company is proud to cheer on our local athletes. Just like teamwork on the field or court, you can count on teamwork at our dealership. Whether you're driving a new Chevy Equinox, a tough Chevy Silverado, or keeping your current ride in top shape with our service department, Beck Motor Company is here for all your automotive needs. Good luck to all our hometown teams this season. From your friends at Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Into another busy week this time around for Governor Volleyball. First of 3 matches coming up. We're on the road at Sioux Falls, Washington. Let's chat with Carrie Wheelhouse, head coach of the Govs. Coach, over the weekend, a 1-1 trip with Sturgis and Spearfish in your own gym. You get that win over Sturgis, which wasn't easy, but obviously a win is a win, and that's a good thing. Tough match as it was. Spearfish, a 4-set loss this time around, and that's a team that still looks pretty good. But unfortunately, some injuries and other things are starting to pop up, and now you've got even more challenges facing your team as we move forward.
Yeah, I thought that we were working our way back against Spearfish, and I thought that we would definitely be able to push them at least to 4, maybe 5. But with the injury to Paige, that kind of derailed our team. Paige is a huge leader for us, a really good presence on the court, and when you lose a leader like that off of the team to a devastating season-ending injury, it just really kind of derailed how we were mentally, and our thoughts weren't on the volleyball game necessarily, more worried about her, so it kind of derailed us in that 4th set. Otherwise, I think it could have been a little bit different of an outcome with that game, but yeah, right back at it. We're going to try some different things. We pulled up Sierra Prunty and see if we can't get her moving and switch some things around and see if we can't get something rolling now that we've lost Paige.
All right. Even though you had a winning effort on that Friday match, what are the things that you saw that were working really well, and you hope you can keep some confidence going here?
Yeah, our block was getting a lot more touches, was getting a little bit better, and then just our hitting and the different hits that we're getting, looks that we're getting, spreading the ball around even more to where we can do some different stuff than just your basic hits. So they definitely are starting to put that together, and then not letting, if a team comes back on us, derail us, and keeping that mind frame of we're in this game. It goes to 5, goes to 25. We want to be that first one to 25, and that's what matters.
I've already seen tonight the JVs were playing pretty well. They had a lead, but Washington kind of came back, and I don't want to call it a derailment in that sense of the word, but at least some experience as all of a sudden now, this is the point in your schedule where it really gets serious, because now you're playing these Metro teams here.
Yeah, and this week is a tough one playing, having 5 games in 8 days is a lot for our girls, but just trying to keep them all as healthy as possible and excited about the games. But yeah, coming down here and playing Washington, a top 5 team, that's an experienced team, and they're going to throw a lot at us because they just, always do, and have a good coaching staff. And then have Lincoln at home. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage of having that home court advantage on that, and then coming back down to T, and hopefully we can do our damage down there.
This Washington team, first off, I think the one thing everybody's going to have to be reminded of is that the speed of the game is going to pick up a notch or 2 here.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lot faster, so we're moving Allie Keys into the middle, a more experienced middle, trying to get her, because she can read it a little bit better, so hopefully she can get in front of some of that stuff, because they're going to run it all over the court and use all of their hitters to come at us.
So defensively also, that back row is going to have to be, we talked about this the last time we spoke, more in anticipation of what is to come or what you feel might be coming.
Yeah, we did a lot of that, hitters versus defense this week, really trying to work on all of that stuff at once. And our girls have that, what they say, DOD, dig or die mentality, where we just need to go pick up every ball and get a touch on it no matter where it's at.
Okay, any other keys tonight?
Just play our game and really try and get those nerves out and rely and trust on our teammates that they're going to get their job done.
Stay with them as long as you can.
Exactly.
Right. Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Carrie Wheelhouse, the head coach of the Pierre Governors. Her coach's comments and keys to success brought to you, as all keys to success are in River 92.7 broadcast by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Well, our extended pregame is being extended by a little bit longer, as the Sioux Falls, Washington pregame festivities include a teacher appreciation night. All of the Washington varsity players are honoring a teacher from their present or past who has made a big influence on their lives, just like the Pierre Governors do sometimes at Riggs High Gym. So while they continue with that, we can still take an extended time out once again here. So until we speak with head coach Kelly Schroeder of the Washington Warriors, we will hear from Central Dakota Eye Care, but let's take a 2-minute break and we'll be back with more Keys to Success. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128 for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
All right, our Keys to Success will continue with the home head coach tonight, Kelly Schroeder of the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. And Coach, you got a 4-1 start to the season. I think you've got a little turnover. There's actually some names that I got to get familiar with now. I've gotten to know a lot of your graduated seniors over the last few years quite a bit, but still another season of Washington volleyball and off to a pretty good start after getting by Jefferson in your last match 3-1.
Yeah, definitely. We've gone 3-0 to start the year, and then after that, it's been 5 or 4 sets. I think we let one go a little bit against Watertown, but we were still trying to figure things out with that second game of the year. And Watertown just did a really good job. They got 2 really good outsides that just come in and hit hard. And but we're starting to figure some things out. We got some new girls that are coming into the mix and having to play different roles. So still trying to feel that out, and hopefully we can kind of put things together here this week.
I mean, obviously you've got a lot of girls who play volleyball all year round, but in some cases, are you finding out now that you have a group that hasn't played a lot together, given the clubs that they've played, and now this is high school volleyball, and it's a different 6 on the floor?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have some basketball players, so they didn't necessarily play, for the larger clubs, but we have some girls that played Pentagon, some girls that played Cairo, some that played Club Central, a smaller club in town. So we did some different things this summer to kind of put them together. We went to Nebraska team camp, which was really fun. I'm glad that we went, and I'll probably try and go in the future as well. And then we hosted one here in town, but we really needed those opportunities for those girls to just kind of feel each other out. On top of girls returning, we do have a couple transfers that came in. We got a girl from Lincoln that's seen a little bit of varsity time. Jay Jerry came from Yankton. She was one of their better players last year, but she moved at semester time last year. So still just kind of figuring out that dynamic a little bit too, of having some girls that didn't necessarily go to school here or kind of grow up with some of these girls and build that connection.
All right, match 6 of the season against Pierre, and obviously you talked to Carrie quite a bit, but you know that they're kind of retooling as well. It's been a little bit of a work in progress. What do you see from them so far?
Yeah, I know Carrie and I talked a little bit, and I know they got some injuries going on, and we just got to take care of our side too. They're going to be working through stuff. But it's early on in the season that we got to work on our side. I haven't watched a ton of film on everybody, just watched a little bit just to kind of see, defense and offense. But outside of that, I've just kind of been keying on our side and things that we need to get better at, because there are things that we need to get better at. We've won, we're 4-1, won some big matchups already. But we got to get better for the middle part of our season when we start seeing a lot of good teams.
All right, as keys to success come up, what are those things that you're looking to improve upon right now?
Big thing is just controlling chaos, and I know that's volleyball. It's a lot of chaos, but we got to do a lot better job in transition when our setter isn't taking that first ball, or if they're off the net, and we're kind of in that chaos mode of just finding attackers, placing the ball a little bit better, and being smarter with our attack. So we got to do a better job with that tonight. That's one thing that we've talked a lot about over the last 4 practices since our last game, just finding ways to alleviate the chaos through communication and just bettering the last contact is what we've talked about. So looking forward to seeing if we can apply the stuff we've worked on in practice the last few days with that, and then just improving on serving. We've done a good job of putting pressure on the passers on the other side. But we got to do a better job of cleaning up our missed serves. So we've had quite a few, a lot more than we've had in previous seasons. We're serving at like an 86%. So I'm hoping that that's going to be up in the 90s tonight. We've worked on that again of just finding that balance of putting stress on the passer, but if you bury it in the middle of the net or you whale it out of bounds and hit the back wall, they don't have to make much of a decision with that type of serve. So just hopefully we can improve on those 2 things tonight.
All right.
Sure.
Coach, appreciate your time as always. Good luck tonight. Okay?
Thank you.
And that's Kelly Schroeder, the head coach of the Washington Warriors, a guy that I've gotten to know quite a bit over the years, not just for the times that we come here to Sioux Falls, but also seeing him around state tournaments and things like that, because this team is a perennial entrant into the state tournament. In fact, they played the state championship match the last 3 years in a row, or two years in a row, in fact. They have lost, however, to Harrisburg, who has won 3 straight state titles, but Washington's been there, and they've been at the top and hoisted the trophy in the recent past as well. Solid program, and Coach Schroeder and his staff do a great job here in Sioux Falls. Thanks to the coach for his time, his comments, his keys to success that are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. We just started a 15-minute countdown here after all of the festivities have gone on before this varsity match and the pregame conference between the captains and the officials and those at the scorers table as well. That's all taken place, and we still have plenty coming up, and quite a bit of time, in fact, left in our Bank West pregame show. So we invite you to stay with us. We do have starting lineups and game officials, among other things, still to come. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball. This is our Bank West pregame, and you're listening to River 92.7, DRGnews.com, the official voice of Pierre Governor Sports.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Walk down the aisles and find the highest quality meats, freshest produce, and delicious bakery and deli items. This week's special, California fresh red, green, or black grapes, only $1.49 a pound. Plus register for one of 2 7 cubic foot Frigidaire chest freezers this week. On your way home, stop at Dakota Mart Gas and save up 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Taking care of your vehicle since 1980, TMA in Pierre has been serving Central South Dakota for over 42 years. Owners Bruce and Brenda Lounsbury, owners of the Ultimate Tire Store, have been taking care of customers at TMA for over 30 years. TMA, your hometown-owned business, offers quality service and products. Tires, mufflers, alignments, oil changes, brakes. Call 605-224-6167. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
First Dakota has been named South Dakota's best in-state bank by Forbes. And while we appreciate the recognition, we don't really plan to celebrate. We'll just keep doing what we do best. Serve customers buying or refinancing homes. Support farmers in their long-term plans. Finance the growth of area businesses. And help our South Dakota communities thrive. If you want to experience best in-state service, call or visit with a First Dakota banker today. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Back in Washington as the teams continue their pregame warm-ups. Pierre Governors, Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors coming up. The Governors 2-5 on the season. Washington 4-1. It's already been, kind of a tumultuous weekend for the Governors, who did lose one of their senior leaders in Paige Sporer. Paige lost last season to a knee injury that kept her out of volleyball and basketball alike for most of the season, unfortunately. Well, sadly, the same thing happened to Paige in that Spearfish match. She had a knee brace on her right side, but she tore ligaments in her left knee in volleyball play on Saturday in the loss to Spearfish. So she is now once again going to lose her senior season, and you just feel for players like Paige, who had battled back and done so many good things. Not only that, but also the leadership that she provides for this team. I'm sure she'll still provide plenty of that, and hopefully the Governors can rally around the loss of Paige Sporer and just kind of play for her and elevate their own play like Paige has been adding to the mix so far this season. So our best wishes and a speedy recovery to Paige Sporer, but the Governors will have to work without her. But we'll talk more about that as we get into the starting lineups. But another thing that has contributed to the adventures of the Governors, if you haven't heard, the team bus broke down on the way south out of Pierre and Fort Pierre, down along Highway 83. Somewhere along the way, the bus breaks down, and they had to get kind of a plan B as far as the bus that was able to bring the teams here to Sioux Falls. So thankfully that was able to happen, but unfortunately back to the drawing board for that Pierre Governors bus that we've got this season, which Well, she's a beaut, Clark. Let's just put it that way. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Now, as mentioned, we'll meet the Governors first, since we were talking about the loss of Paige Spoor. Governors are going to bring up a junior, Sierra Prunty, who herself is coming off of an ankle injury. She is a 5'5 junior. She'll play some back row, but will also come in as an outside hitter. At 5'5, an outside hitter, Prunty does have a pretty good leaping ability. She will join Sloan Waldron, the primary setter, at 5'7", and a senior up front. Alexa Schleckaway, primarily a back row player, is going to be doing some outside hitting tonight. Schleck is a 5'7 senior. Allie Keys will play in the middle. She is a 5'8 junior, and she's been swinging a little bit better and a little bit harder of late. Addison Novotny, a sophomore, in the middle, still in the starting lineup, and we should see Molly Olson in at setter when she's in the back row. 5'6 junior, she'll rotate in and out with Marina Bushbaum, who will play the front line. Bushbaum, a 5'9 junior. So it's Olson and Bushbaum rotating, along with Allie Keys, Sloan Waldron, Alexis Schleckaway, Addison Novotny, and Sierra Prunty getting the start tonight. The Governors' libero still in place, Hadley Hart, the 5'6 senior for the Governors. Should see Lola Kenols coming in to play the back line and do some serving tonight as well, among others. And we will give you those names as they step in when the time comes as well. Pierre Governors 2-5 on the season, currently power rated number 16. They don't want to go any lower than that. Their head coach is Carrie Wheelhouse. She's assisted by Rachel Arbach and Peyton Gall. Their opponents are the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors. We will meet them after this 2-minute timeout. Your Envirotech starting lineups continue. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball.
May Adam Law Firm of Pierre offers superior legal representation. Clients can be assured their legal matter will be handled with expertise and the utmost professionalism. Their skilled South Dakota lawyers can take care of your family law, estate planning, real estate law, and personal injury. They're able to help you plan and prepare to make matters easy now and into the future. Call 224-8803. May Adam Law Firm in Pierre since 1881.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones financial advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Sports on the stations of the DRG Media Group. For all of your investment needs, call or stop by your Pierre area Edward Jones office. Go Govs! Edward Jones, member SIPC.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming pain into possibility every day. Whether you're chasing a personal best or simply want to enjoy life to the fullest, our specialized care is designed to help you feel better and stronger. We're here for you. No referral needed. Trust Avera Orthopedics to unlock a world of endless possibilities. Visit avera.org/orthopedics and start your journey from pain to possibility today.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Hearing from Envirotech, we continue with our starting lineups. Let's meet the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors, who host the Governors tonight. Washington is 4-1 on the season, currently power rated number 6, and they'll start with let's start with their defensive specialist, their libero. This is Hannah Nesdal. She's a senior. She's been leading the back row play for a few years now. Dana Harpy is one hitter on the outside. She is a senior. Emily Ackerman, a senior setter, to lead the way and set up for the hitters, including Harpy, also including Jersey Peterson, a sophomore, in the middle. Aubrielle Perry hits on the outside, primarily right side. She is a junior. Chloe Peterson is a junior in the middle, and Jade Jerry, a junior, hits from the outside. And as Kelly Schroeder mentioned, Jade Jerry, if you recognize that name, she played for the Yankton Gazelles a year ago and transferred middle of the year last year to Sioux Falls. So good addition here for the Washington Warriors. Jersey Peterson, Dana Harpy, Emily Ackerman, Aubrielle Perry, Chloe Peterson, Jade Jerry. That's the starting rotation for the Warriors with Hannah Nesdal in at libero. Again, for the 4-1 Sioux Falls Washington Warriors, their head coach is Kelly Schroeder. He is assisted by Allison Dix, Jocelyn Neve, Hannah Talley, and Lindsay Irvine. By the way, the Governors coached by Carrie Wheelhouse, assisted by Rachel Arbach and Peyton Gall, if I forgot to mention that before. Those are the starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. We've got another starting lineup to bring to you. It's the naming of tonight's game officials, and we affectionately refer to them as the law on the court, as they're brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. We thank our game officials for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Let's hear this important message from our Consumer Protection Division of the AG's office, and your netminders and line judges are coming up next. This is Governor Volleyball.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Consumer Protection from the Attorney General's Office giving us our law on the court, and minding the net this evening will be Matt Sisk and Kim Weed. Matt Sisk here of Sioux Falls, a former Pierre Post-State Legion baseball coach from some years back, I'd say 10 to 15 years ago. Matt was in Pierre and coached a little baseball. He works with Kim Weed tonight to officiate. The line judges will be Laura Mosbach and Valerie Lafferty. Those are our game officials, and we thank them for being our law on the court, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Pre-game countdown here in the gym is under a minute and a half to go. And as we inch closer to the opening serve tonight, we would also ask you to listen up for the Right on the Money highlight plays. Our Rounds Financial Services Right on the Money highlight plays, sponsored by Rounds Financial Services, where your money works for you. Osaic Wealth member, SIPC. Highlight plays, and we hope to give you a lot of them. Brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Governor Sports also brought to you in part, in addition to your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors and our regular sports sponsors on DRG Media Group stations, also brought to you by other Pierre Sports marketing partners who include Wagner Auto, Stelkin Peterson Lingle, Walti Jones LLP, the South Dakota National Guard, Red Rosa, Pitts Design and Build, and the Pierre Dental Clinic. Brought to you by, as well, Midco, Maher Law Office, Floss Dentistry, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Delta Dental, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, Olinger Law Firm, Capital City Campus, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Iceberg Funeral Home, Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, Anderson Rumsa Dental, American Bank and Trust, All Around Graphics, Coca-Cola Bottling, and us, James River Broadcasting and DRG Media Group, the official voice of the Pierre Governors. Those are your Pierre Sports marketing partners. Well, at long last, we are set for high school volleyball. We'll have our national anthem here in the gym, and we will also have the naming of the starting lineups in the gym yet as well. Let's take one more 3-minute timeout, and we'll serve it up when we come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7, KGFX FM, and DRGnews.com.
Wagner Auto Company is a fourth-generation family-owned business established in 1907. We're the oldest dealer in South Dakota, and for more than 100 years now, we've been delivering quality vehicles with a commitment to customer satisfaction and service. Visit Wagner Auto in Pierre for your next car, truck, or sport utility vehicle, and see for yourself why we've been so successful for so long. Visit WagnerAuto.com anytime to browse the current inventory or schedule a service appointment. Wagner Auto in Pierre. Our reputation means a great deal since 1907.
Hag Ag specializes in providing agricultural solutions to fit your farm's needs. Hag Ag is locally owned and serves central and western South Dakota. Brandon has over 20 years experience in the ag industry with extensive knowledge of this area. Hag Ag provides one stop for all your Pioneer seed and chemical needs and offers ground and aerial application. Call Brandon Hag today at 605-216-6758. 605-216-6758.
Xander Auto Parts, the only locally owned auto parts store in the Pierre-Fort Pierre area, has been serving central South Dakota for over 40 years. They're a trusted name when it comes to automotive parts and supplies. Their knowledgeable staff is dedicated to assisting you in finding exactly what you need. Convenience is also a top priority. They're located at 500 Sioux Avenue. Xander Auto Parts. They support area youth in their activities. When you need auto parts or supplies, shop Xander Auto Parts, your auto value parts store.
Hi, this is Clark Chaudhry, the Business Development Officer at American Bank and Trust in Pierre. With over 25 years of experience as a local business owner, I'm familiar with the day-to-day trials and needs it takes for your farm and business to be successful. AB&T in Pierre has a team of experienced agriculture and business banking professionals that speak your language. Make American Bank and Trust your trusted banking advisor. Call or visit us online at abt.bank today.
Hi, this is Leslie Iceberg, your new real estate consultant at Kathy Sunshine Properties. As a local business owner, mother, and grandmother, I know our community and our market. Our team combines local knowledge with extensive training to give you 51 years of superior service. Whether you're buying or selling, contact me or any of our professional agents at 224-5588 or stop by and see us at 301 Capitol. Let Kathy Sunshine Properties help your next move be the right one.
Thinking about upgrading your ride? Right now at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, score an auto loan with a rate as low as 4.45% APR. Applying is fast and simple. Just visit owyheefcu.coop today. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place because you do. Rates are subject to change and based on creditworthiness.
People helping people. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
The Ramkota Hotel is thrilled to introduce the Riparian Pub and Cafe. Lunchtime just got delicious with their lunch buffet featuring a fresh salad bar, homemade soup of the day, and a daily hot entree served from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Whether it's a quick bite or a leisurely lunch, the Riparian Lunch Buffet is for you. Fresh flavors, great variety, and a whole new vibe. The Riparian Pub and Cafe, where great food brings people together.
Getting closer to the game beginning, this match in our Bank West pregame show coming to the tail end. I'm Brian Oakland, play-by-play coming up. William Wilson runs our show in studio. Caleb Brozick runs camera as well. For our friends at Live Ticket, you can watch this match at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, also the River 92.7 section of your DRG News smartphone app. You can view through GoGovsLive.com as well. Governors in their new road green jerseys, they'll be hitting from left to right as you follow the action here. Sioux Falls, Washington in their home white jerseys with the orange numbers, black trunks. They will hit from right to left. And gotta say, I'm digging these new jerseys for the Governors. The home whites look sharp. The road greens more of a Kelly green instead of black, black dominated, and green trim and green numbers as well. So good look for the Governors here with these new jerseys. Once again, it's Molly Olson, Allie Keys, Sloan Waldron, Alexis Schleckaway, Marina Bushbaum, Addison Novotny, Sierra Prunty, the starters, with Hadley Hart, the libero. For the Pierre Governors, Hannah Nesdahl, Jersey Peterson, Dana Harpy, Emily Ackerman, Aubrielle Perry, Chloe Peterson, and Jade Jerry. Those are the Washington starters. We'll serve it up as we hear this from Comtech. Your Comtech opening serve is next. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech offering up our opening serve tonight, and Comtech Communication Electronic Services on the lower truck bypass in Pierre suddenly getting a little bit loud here at Washington High, even though the crowd and the bleacher space offering up plenty of good places to sit and watch some volleyball here tonight. And when you sit up on the top of the bleachers, all of a sudden all of the volume kind of rises up, so acoustically they've got something working here in Washington High, and they've supported their Warrior volleyball squad quite a bit, and they've had a lot to cheer about over the last number of years as well. It's going to be the Governors serving first, and Sloan Waldron to do the honors. Once again, our opening serve brought to you by Comtech in Pierre. Glad to have you aboard. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. We continue a busy week of high school sports. Soccer last night, volleyball tonight. Sloan Waldron's Comtech serve is played up right away by Jade Jerry to Emily Ackerman. Good set and a fast-paced offense. Chloe Peterson in the middle is through the Governor block and straight down. So there's nothing to it on that opening point scored by Sioux Falls, Washington, and the Comtech opening serve. Ackerman, the first server for the Warriors, and she gets one to die right in front of Hadley Hart, who does get underneath it, puts it back up. Governor's got in system with that, put it across, but the Warriors will get in system themselves, and they'll get it to Aubrielle Perry, the junior hitter on the outside, and 2 for 2 for Sioux Falls, Washington. It'll be interesting to see what Washington can do. One of their keys to success, according to Coach Kelly Schroeder, was improve their serve percentage. Ackerman's 2 for 2. This one's returned back across the net. Now what the Governors wanted, and this is another one. 3 swings, 3 hitters, 3 kills for Washington. Dana Harp gets this one to go. Senior this time up front for the Warriors, who are out to a 3-0 lead. Ackerman again, this time no good, as that one stays in the net and stays on the Washington side. So the Warriors scored the first 3. Governors are on the board with a rally point. And Alexa Schleckaway checks in where Hadley Hart is out of the back row. Here rotating around, Ackerman runs down the first pass, power tap out by Harp. Bushbaum will bump a shot, now a cross-court effort, and the first swing for Sierra Prunty. But from the left side, Prunty had to lob that one up and over, and ends up hitting it a little bit too long. Just 5 foot 5 inches. Prunty called into duty with the loss of Paige Spohr with her knee injury over the weekend. Good pass by Hart coming back this time, but the set in the middle and the swing by Bushbaum, she didn't time that right. A second error in a row for the Governors gives Washington a 5-1 lead. Serving is Ivy Friesman. She is a junior who is checked in off the bench. Scrambling for the Governors, but they clear it back. Friesman the first to touch. Up to Ackerman. Now the first swing for Jade Jerry, a former Yankton Gazelle, and Jerry's swing will eat up Allie Keys in the middle of the back row. Keys just mistimed the dig. Another 3 in a row for Washington. Keys will play up. The Friesman serve this time. Prunty to Bushbaum. Free balling it out are the Governors. Now a dig back, but it's underneath. Keys doing everything she can, but can't keep that one in play. Dana Harp with her second kill. And Keys will check out, and the Governors will see if Ellen Hart can do some digging in the back line. 7-1, and again, biggest key for the Governors is can they keep up as this serve goes long from Friesman. Can they keep up with the speed of the game? The Warriors are going to be playing at just a notch up, and I think so far the teams that the Governors have played, maybe Rapid City Stevens, certainly the the closest to that type of a speed game. There's a miss in the middle by Washington. Their first error going to help the Governor cause. It's 3 serving 7 now. But again, the speed of the game will kick up a notch. Watertown might be the only other opponent, I would say, who's been able to play at that speed. Spearfish certainly coming along as well. Chloe Peterson with another quick set and a shot down to the floor. 6 kills already for the Warriors. They lead 8-3. The Governors mustered up a couple there. Chloe Peterson rotates back. Chloe, strong hitter, and she showed it from the service line this time. Here comes Prunny, and she'll try it across the court once again. Prunny's getting up there. She's seeing what the block looks like. She's trying to avoid that, but that has increased the angle, and still unable to get down on top of the ball yet. So another error here for Pierre, and it's 9-3. Another serve, return, right back to the Warriors. Jerry will swing and score. Little bump pass by Peterson in the middle. Versatility showed by the Warriors, and the Governors will need a quick timeout. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Have a Coke. Be back in 30 seconds. It's 10-3, Washington, set number 1. We'll be back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Point scored by Jay Jerry. Now the Governors go a bump set spike and then a 10-foot attack. A left-handed swing by Marina Bushbaum is good for a kill. Washington ranged over. Maybe didn't need to make a play on it, but when in doubt, get a hand on it. However, Bushbaum was able to score the point, and it's 4-10. Governors tap over the defense this time, and Dana Harp with the good vision. Govs are relegated to a one-and-done again. Here, the current 16-rated team, power-rated in the Sodax 16. Washington is number 6. Obviously, Washington will be heavily favored in this one, and one of the keys we talked about with Kerry Wheelhouse is, well, you just got to try to play with them as long as you can. Dana Harp's serve is allowed to hit the floor, and that is plenty fair. Good for an ace, the first of the night. Washington up 12-4. Harp from the right side of the service line, this time played up by Hadley Hart. Here's Allie Keys swinging for the first time. The block comes right back to her, and then a back set by Waldron goes the opposite direction. And there was nobody there other than Hadley Hart, who is the libero, so that was miscommunication for the Governors. After the Govs had done a nice job in blocking the Warrior attack. Here's Waldron setting up outside this time, and a low miss. Actually, that's Waldron swinging. And Molly Olson in for the setting duties. Waldron low and in the net. Good aggressive swing. Hitting error born out of good effort rather than miscommunication. Waldron ducks away from this serve, and Harp will go long. So 3 service miscues by Washington so far. One of the few things that they really have needed to clean up of late. Hadley Hart serving in a 5-14 match. Set number 1, playing to 25. Waldron setting up the hitter, Allie Keys, but her follow-through is in the net. Bit of a delayed call, but not the wrong one made by Matt Sisk. As Keys will bring it down. She got the point to go otherwise, but just set a little too close to the net for her to handle that without the follow-through going, taking her into the net as well. 15-5, Jay Jerry served. Keys on the run, but moves across the court, and that's off the net. It'll ricochet far enough and end up out of bounds on the far side. Another miscue for the Governors. Washington cruising to a 16-5 advantage so far here, game number 1. Jay Jerry serving. Line drive returned back. This is an ace for Jerry. Schleckaway got to it, but it ranged or it shot right back to the net. Keys couldn't make a play out of there. An ace for Jerry. Timeout number 2 in set number 1 for the Governors as they find themselves trailing 17-5. Another Coca-Cola break in the action. Stepping away for 30 seconds. We'll be right back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Governors do back home as well on given nights of the volleyball and basketball seasons. Pierre Governor volleyballers are donning warm-up jerseys this year that on the back say, "Hey buddy," and "Cowgirl up," as they honor 2 of their favorite teachers who we lost in the last year, in Kim Davis and Coach Kim Byerly. May they still rest in peace. We know they're still watching down on us as well. Never forget those 2 bright, shiny personalities. Good point coming back, but it'll be Washington adding to their lead. In the middle, they get a finishing kill on the swing by Jersey Peterson, the sophomore middle hitter. Best volley of this first set so far. But ending in another Washington point, they lead 18-5 as this run going on 4 straight. They've had a lot of 3 and 4 straight rallies. There's a swing right side, and that's good for Allie Keys. Just the second kill of this first set for the Governors. Down by a dozen here, 6 serving 18. And it is Keys rotating back to serve. Jerry plays it up to Ackerman. Here comes a big swing. But a nice dig that time by Hadley Hart to deny Aubrielle Perry. And on the left side, the kill is good for the Governors. I think that was it Schleckaway or was it Addie Novotny? Schleckaway, who is going to do some more hitting. 2 in a row for the Govs. Nice job by Novotny up at the net, and a great job by Nesham to come in, or Nesdal rather, to keep it alive, but miscommunication on the Warriors side prevented the point, and that turns into an ace block for Addison Novotny. Governors with their longest rally, back within 10. 8 serving 18. Here's a dig for Hart to deny Perry on the swing. Nesdal to the knees. Nice pass up. Governors there with a block again. Novotny in the mix. Ackerman outside. It goes to Perry. Dig by Hart is back over again. Now a free ball back. The Governors have a chance. Olsen's second touch is over, and it'll go for Molly Olsen. Aubrielle Perry gets a hand up, but hits it to the student body section across the way. Molly Olsen with a set kill. Great effort there for the Governors. Let's make that our first Rounds Financial Services right on the money highlight play here as the Governors are within single digits. Not for long, though, as Jersey Peterson will get the roll shot, swing down the far side, and they'll get that one to go. 19-9. Governors scored 4 in a row in the meantime. As Peterson checks out, Nesdal is back in at libero, but she'll do the serving too. Governors control their own chaos this time. Ackerman's second touch is over into the campfire. Hart and Olsen converge. Olsen got underneath it, but not enough for a second touch, and that's Emily Ackerman with her first kill from the setter position. 6 different players in the kill column for Washington, who leads 20-9. Anna Nesdahl, the server, this one too long. 4th miss in serve for the Warriors. The Governors are in double digits. Trailing 20-10 as Olsen checks out. Bushbaum rotates in up front. And for the Governors, it is Sloan Waldron to serve. Down the line, good shot, but a nice play by Dana Harp. And there's a good job controlling chaos by Washington. Meanwhile, it's Waldron who gets a swing. Another block here. Bushbaum and Novotny doing good things defensively, but this time the block will not keep it in the air long enough. It's a swinging kill for Aubrielle Perry. Point to the Warriors, and it's 21-10. One and done for the Govs. Trying to minimize the number of those, obviously, all night long. Ackerman serving. Bushbaum will get it up front as Novotny swings. That's off the net, but a touch by Washington as well. Kept alive. Tapper here, and it's good. And that was Schleckaway. I was waiting for the PA announcer to help me out on that. Schleckaway with a second tap kill. As she rotates to serve, and this one is returned back. Schleckaway will run down the loose ball, but it's back to the net and put away with 2 hands by Chloe Peterson. I mentioned 6 players in the kill column. Nobody has more than 3 kills, so Washington is able to spread the wealth. They got a lot of talent and a lot of depth all around their rotation. Ivy Friesman in to serve for the second time tonight. Punched out by Novotny as Nesdahl unable to make the play, and Addie Novotny has a kill. Governors with 6 kills in this first set as they'll rotate. Allie Keys is in. Ellen Hart rotating out. 22-12 Washington, and the Governors will get another one as Dana Harp rather, swings it too long with her feet on the floor. Had too much on it. It's 22-13 now. Net serve this time, crawls across, and it's down for the first ace of the evening for the Governors. And Addie, I believe this is Novotny serving. I need to see the number to make sure, but yes it is, number 17. First ace for the Governors. Big shot, but a nice dig. Even though it's over, back to the Warriors. Another hot shot. This time they denied Chloe Peterson, but Dana Harp took matters into her own hands and slammed the door shut out on the right side. 23-14. Cubs ran 3 in a row off that time. Serving is Chloe Peterson, and this one is just a little bit long. A little too much sail. As Peterson misfires. Warriors are comfortably in front here, but again, 5 service errors and things like that can really help underdog teams hang around. Here's Jersey Peterson trying to redirect a little one-hand tip with her left hand, but misses it on the near side in front of the scorer's table. Error number 3 for Sioux Falls, Washington. Left to right, the serve from Molly Olsen is across. Here comes Jade Jerry, big swing. Keys and Waldron were there, but it comes straight down and they're not able to keep it alive. Jerry with her 3rd kill, and that'll make it set point here for Washington. 16, or I should say 24, serving 16. Harp serving for the set, misses near side in front of the Governor bench. Tracked all the way by Schleckaway. So another service error, allowing the Governors to hang around just a little bit. Hadley Hart serving, check it up, it's an ace. As Dana Harp on the far side, unable to make a play. She might have thought somebody in front of her was going to hit if there was somebody in front of her, but Hadley Hart can bring the heat as well. Couple of aces here for the Govs, 24-18. They're hanging tough. They'll get another one as Harp will miss long. Kelly Schroeder could take a timeout, but he's leaving it to the players to figure it out and finish this first set off. Well, Hart, she was going to send one long. Nesdahl makes the play. And I thought Coach Schroeder was going to take a timeout here, but not yet. 20 serving 24, 4 set points in a row fought off by the Govs. Nesdahl makes the play this time, passes up, Ackerman, Jerry, good for the kill. That'll bring game number 1 to an end, but the Governors fought valiantly to hang around. They get to the 20 spot, but on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Washington does win it in game 1, 25-20, and they strike first. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we pause for 2 minutes, we'll go to game number 2 next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and DRGnews.com.
Could you use some extra cash? Every Thursday night, we're hosting Chase the Pink Ace with a large jackpot and growing jackpot. I'm RF Bowie, the founder of Team Bowie Cares. 100% of the profits go to local cancer patients fighting their fight. You can get your tickets at any business inside Al's Oasis or online at chasethepinkace.org. Drawing is held every Thursday night at 8:08 p.m. at the Last Chance Saloon inside Al's Oasis. Thanks for caring.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Got a little bit complacent down the stretch there, and the Governors were able to take advantage, but Governors were serving aggressively. The errors that they were committing in the first part of that set were not coming with the same regularity in the second half of game 1, so Pierre did clean some things up. But Washington will try to continue to stay clean on their side of the net as well. Washington, I will say, is trying some different things, some different rotations that they're going to need as their schedule comes around. In fact, they've got number 1 Harrisburg looming in the distance, and in one of their upcoming matches, they've got Aberdeen up north on Thursday, but then they'll play Harrisburg next week. So Coach Schroeder working on some different rotations, trying to get the chemistry set in that sense as well. 25-20, Harrisburg strikes first in game number 1. In the opening Comtech serve of game 2, put in play by the Warriors. Pierre with a scramble. They'll run it down. Hadley Hart will put it back across. Washington with another run down. Tapper is over off the net and just out of the reach of the Governors. But my goodness, Aubrielle Perry got up as high as she could go, and just barely with the fingertip touch to get it back over off the net. And again, out of the reach of the Govs. Washington strikes first here in game number 2. Serving is Emily Ackerman, and indecision by the Governor back line will contribute to an ace. Bit of a misplay there for the Governors, who had 3 aces in the first set compared to 2 for Washington, but that one evens it up. Waldron takes the first pass and swings it back over, but defended well, and Perry will return and score her second straight for Washington. Actually 2 out of 3, and it's 3-0. Washington had 3 and 4 point rallies, but nothing bigger than that. The Governors are trying to minimize, and right now a 3-point run to start this second game, and a misplay here by Keys in the back row. Got a little tentative on that ball coming at her in the middle back, and this will be another ace for Emily Ackerman, her second in this run to start game number 2. Ackerman right to left for the Warriors in home white. Keys sending Waldron back to the net, rather Molly Olson, and this will be, I think, a line violation. Kim Weed is the R1 on the ladder across the way. And as the opening pass sent the setter to the net, Waldron, her foot did cross. That'll be a serve return miscue for Pierre and a 5-0 start. Another one back to the net, but Pierre is able, Sloan Waldron, to defend the block. And now as Ackerman tries to dig a return up in the air from Alexa Schleckaway, she is not able to do so. So Schleckaway is going to get a kill, her third. Did not expect Schleck to lead in kills so far here tonight, but that is the case. Here's Waldron coming back with some aggressive serving of her own, and that one eats up Jade Jerry, who returns it over the bench to the near side. And Waldron has an ace for the Governors as they try to claw back into a 5-0 deficit. Now it's 2 serving 5. Governors in their new green jerseys. Hitting left to right. There's a good shot. Dana Hart out of the reach of the diving Ellen Hart in the Pierre back line. Hart led the Washington Warriors with 4 kills, along with Jade Jerry, who had the final one and a 4th kill in set number 1. Washington outkilled the Governors 16-6 offensively. Here is Aubrielle Perry checks out. Ivy Friesman is in to serve and play through the back line. Set up for Marina Bushbaum, couldn't get much on it. Jade Jerry times her jump, and there's a set dig for Hadley Hart. Now Bushbaum down the line. Nesdal couldn't quite get the play she wanted on it, and Marina Bushbaum scores the point. Second for Marina. It's back to a 6-3 ball game. Game number 2, Jerry with hang time, and Pierre is into the net, but we'll give Jerry the kill anyway. As Pierre was not able to keep that one off the floor. Service point for Washington. They lead 7-3. We'll keep you updated on scores. There's plenty of them going on in Class AA throughout the rest of the state of South Dakota. Here's Chloe Peterson, and she'll put this one between Ellen Hart and Sierra Prunty in the back row in decision. And again, that's a couple of Governors who are not on the floor very frequently this season. In fact, Prunty getting her first varsity start. 8-3 Warriors as they got it back. There's a block up front by Novotny, who's doing a great job up front. Now beyond the 10-foot line, Jerry is unable to time the jump correctly, and she'll swing and hit into the net. So, side out back to the Governors. 4 serving 8. Novotny the server for Pierre. Good angle by Hart, but that's dug up by Waldron. Now Prunty will push it back with a 2-hand tap. Jerry waits at the 10-foot line. Hart dives, but will hit it up the bleacher section on the far side. Jade Jerry swinging well. She has 6 kills. 9-4. And again, the Governors trying to keep pace as best they can here. And Bushbaum tracks the serve this time by Dana Hart, but it will miss and continue to hook out of bounds here on the near side. Pierre bench in the sub-varsity players all standing. We can't see the line in front of that Pierre bench ourselves from our vantage point. Here's another miss. No, the Governors are in the net, and that's a gift to the Washington Warriors. Jerry was trying a little finesse to just tip it across, but the Governors are ruled in the net by Matt Sisk on the floor. 10-5 Washington. And Jerry back to serve. Waldron, setup is right at the net, and the Governors were not able to defend against Jersey Peterson in the power touch. Power two-handed tap. Jersey has her third kill. Washington with the rally point, the service point, and it's 11-5. Second set, and Olsen can't run down the return of serve from Hadley Hart. This time it's an ace for Jade Jerry, her second. Washington's now got 4 aces so far in game number 2. And they lead by a 7 count at 12-5. Jerry tosses it up, comes with it on the run. Olsen mishandles. That's back-to-back aces for Jade Jerry, the former Yankton Gazelle. That's a big loss for Yankton, Jade Jerry, but Jade's in a pretty good position up here in Sioux Falls, Washington. 13-5, serving again. Another serve back to the net. No play out of there. Another ace for Jerry. Serve return becoming the bugaboo here for the Governors in the second set. And at the 14-5 mark, we'll have our first timeout called by the Governors. Timeouts brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre. Grab your favorite Coke product, and we'll be back in 30 seconds for more Pierre Governor volleyball.
Wagner Auto. Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
It is one of the more consistent programs you'll find in South Dakota, as they have definitely retooled their offense this year. And Aubrielle Perry brings a good swing to the near side, goes down the line. Governors unable to make the play. Another kill to put the Warriors up by 10, 15-5. That same score did show up in the first set when the Governors clawed all the way back and cut it to 5. Washington had 6 service errors in that first set. They commit their second one here of game number 2. As Jerry leaves it into the net, that ends the longest service rally by the Warriors so far of the evening. That was 7 in a row. Here's Perry swinging up front. The Governors out of the rafters are able to play it back on a free ball. Here's Ackerman. She goes with a left-handed hook, as that pass might have been just a little bit too close to the net. I think that made the decision easier for Emily Ackerman. Went up with the left hand, just get a little hook shot down into the Governor campfire. And Emily Ackerman has 2 kills, and the Warriors lead 16-6. But the serve will miss in the net. Anna Nesdal, I believe that was. And Pierre will rotate for Allie Key's turn and serve. Lola Keenholz out of the back line. As Pierre gets Schleck away in up front, but Schleck waiting for the pass and mistimes the jump. It stays low and in the net. 17-7. Washington by 10 again. And number 10, Emily Ackerman, will serve. Right to left. Played up here by Waldron. She'll get it back from the 10-foot line. Try to clear it away, but Chloe Peterson is right there to block it back home. The Governors were content to just clear it out, but they did not, by any stretch of the imagination, expect Chloe Peterson to just block it. All right, back down on the Pierce side. First defensive point for the Warriors tonight. They lead 18-7 here in the second. Shot cleared out by Pierre. Here comes Dana Harp, but she'll be dug up by Ellen Hart in the back row. Novotny taps over the defense. Ackerman is there. Perry will push the set out. On the run, Harp runs it to the back line. Here's Schleck away for Pierre now. Ackerman with a set dig. Nesdahl comes out of there, out of nowhere to keep it in play. Second one over this time. Nesdahl with a pancake dig this time, and Washington will push it back again. Hart up to Olsen. Miss hit, but it's across from Waldron. And now Harp with the swing and the kill. Maybe the longest volley of the night, and Washington can thank Hannah Nesdahl doing the libero job to its finest. She dove for one and then made a quick reflex move to keep another one off the floor, the pancake dig, in fact. Hannah Nesdahl with a couple of right-on-the-money highlight plays defensively for the Washington Warriors. Right-on-the-money highlight plays brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. 19-7 our score. Washington leading game two. Pierre swings, but Waldron is denied. Right back. Pierre keeps it alive, and Harp kept it alive, but somehow not with an open hand. They free ball it back. Governors get Novotny a swing up front. Washington there defensively with a block. They push it back. Pierre is there. Now a deep push back, and that's good for Molly Olsen. Molly with good vision off of the right side, her right. She went down the line. And I love the move there. Not only did she just push the set over, but she went deep down the line, and that sent the Warriors really running. They couldn't catch up to it. It's 19-8. Washington still comfortably in front, and they'll add another one here. Is that Perry or Peterson? I believe it was Aubrielle Perry from the left side who gets the cross-court kill. Quick one and done for the Govs. And it's 20-8. Washington student body already suggesting to start the buses. You don't want to start them too early. They already had one breakdown today. Here's Chloe Peterson swinging in the middle. She'll get her first kill of the second set. 21-8. Governors kept that first one close, but not this time. 13-point lead, and Washington just has 4 to go up 2 sets. Friesman serving. The Governors tap out the return, and Harp with a hot shot. Stay out of the way of that one. Carrie Wheelhouse will take her second and final timeout here in our second set of play. 22-8. Warriors up in front. We'll take us 30-second timeout, sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling in Pierre, and we're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
At Avera Orthopedics, we're transforming.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Able to muster any more than 2 points at a time in this game. They did have a couple of rallies pieced together to claw back from 10 down in that first game to close within 5. In fact, they got within 4 at 24-20 before the last point was scored, 25-20. That was the final score. Here as Friesman comes out of the timeout, she'll send one long. And Pierre will takes serve back, trailing by 13. Make it 14. Quickly working again. And again, here comes that speed of the game by Washington. The Governors are there defensively. It's just a matter of getting the angles on the blocks, and Peterson was able to get the right ricochet. This time down, it's 23, serving 9. Hart to play one up here, and they'll send one out. Prunty, left to right across. Jerry is there for the first touch. She wants it back, and she'll get it and score. And just in front of the 10-foot line, Jade Jerry. Good flow on that play by Washington, and they have set point and a lot of them here to close out game 2. Chloe Peterson serving right to left, lobs it across. Good diving, keep alive by Prunty. Here has to defend here. Prunty keeps it alive, but the second one by Bushbaum is over and out of bounds. That'll be a swinging kill, and I think that was Jersey Peterson who gets the last one here for the Governors, for the Warriors rather. Game number 2, it's all Washington on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Sioux Falls, Washington 25, the Governors 9. The Governors trail 2-0 as Washington is comfortably in front, 2-0. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 2 minutes and we're into our halftime break, as we may call it. Halftime brought to you by Wealth Partners, Ameriprise Financial, in the Capitol Creek Center Plaza in Pierre. We're back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
You asked for it. Nonstop flights between Pierre and Minneapolis. Now you can book nonstop flights from Pierre to Minneapolis and Denver on Denver Air Connection. 1-hour flights on 50-passenger jets with fares starting at just $119 one way. Seats are limited and restrictions apply. Business, pleasure, a game, a winter getaway. It's easy when you fly from Pierre. Visit DenverAirConnection.com/Expedia to book your trip today. Skip the drive. Fly from Pierre Regional Airport. Minneapolis flights begin November 30th.
In a world that's always moving, your journey matters. And at Iverson Auto Group, we're here to get you on the road with a great selection of new and used vehicles and trailers, and keep you on the road with top-notch service, maintenance, and support. Every mile of your journey, the experienced team at Iverson Auto in Mitchell and Huron are here to help. Visit us in Mitchell and Huron or start your search at iversonauto.com to begin your journey today.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
And the Governors will just try to retool and come back out with a fired-up effort here in game number 3. A couple of other scores. The Governors have Sioux Falls Lincoln at home on Thursday at Riggs High Gym. They're hosting Aberdeen Central tonight, and they've won the first 2 sets so far. And they're leading the third 15-3. Sioux Falls Jefferson has swept T area, and we'll see the Titans in their place on Saturday. Comtech opening serve put in play by Sloan Waldron, and on the return, No system for the Warriors, and then they'll end up hitting one long, so a little helper for the Governors, who have their first point, actually the first lead of the night for Pierre. And a Waldron serve that is sent back, but the Governors couldn't put it home. Hart runs one down, and it is Waldron setting up Addison Novotny as the Governors get a little system of their own. And a good start here to game number 3. Governors hitting from left to right here as you follow this one or watch it at drgnews.com. Aubrielle Perry backing off. Again, no system. Perry with a long free ball away. Here's Novotny again, but there is Chloe Peterson for an ace block. And she'll put it right back down. There's nothing better to stop a rally than an ace block. And even though Pierre only scored 2, you know, the Governors on those first 2 points were the team that was getting in system where Washington was not. But again, just good defense. That's the way out of it. Service ace for Emily Ackerman as the serve played back by the Governors close to the net. Waldron tried to play it out of the net, but it didn't really get that far. And it's quickly tied at 2-2. Ranging over to play it up. Here is Schleckaway, by the way. Blocked back to her, and Hadley Hart bumps it across, but will hit a home run. Nate Malchow, you got to be quicker on that one. He's over in conversation with somebody in his teaching staff, but miss there for the Governors. Always appreciate our athletic directors who provide the hospitality, and Nate Malchow, one of the nicest guys around, Aberdeen native, runs the sports show here at Washington. Another ace for Ackerman as Bushbaum let it go. And that one down easily for Ackerman, who has run off 4 in a row, or serves for the 4th time in a row here. 4-2 Warriors. Swing off the 10-foot line by Novotny was touched, as we'll play on. Pierre able to clear it out. Here comes Jade Jerry. This one sails just a little bit long. Swinging from the left side, and that'll end the Warrior rally for the time being. 3 serving 4. And it is Schleckaway's turn to serve for the Governors. Hannah Nesdahl up to Ackerman. Aubrielle Perry takes a swipe, and the Governors defended that well with a good block. Bushbaum ranges back behind the 10-foot line. Good control on the swing, but it's able to be played. Pierre did not get a touch on this one. Delayed call, but I think they got that one right. You could kind of hear what certainly sounded like just the tape at the top of the net. Off of the Warrior swing from the far side. Jerry has to go to the knees to play up this hot shot serve. Speaking of hot shots, Perry blows one by on that left side. The Governors got a dig on it. It went up to the rafters, and then as it was up there, we heard the whistle, and the reason is the Governors are guilty of a net violation, and technically that's how we're going to have to call that. A violation for Pierre rather than a kill for Aubrielle Perry. Here's Prunty, and she'll rattle the net. Sierra Prunty made the first pass, and then the set back to her was too close to the net. She did what she could to get the ball across, but could not control the body to stay out of the net, so another serve return error here for the Govs. And Washington leads 6-4. Just past our 8 o'clock hour. That's Jerry serving. Prunty plays it up. Little touch at the net by Washington. Push across by Peterson. Blocked back by Novotny, but then loose ball at the net is put home by Dana Harp. Harp leading with 8 kills in this match. 3 in a row for the Warriors. That's how Patty Smythe says it. Classic Hits on a different station. The Warrior. Prunty off the net, tries to play this serve, but it's a line drive back to the net. And that'll give Jade Jerry her 5th service ace of the night. 8-4. Washington building a bit of a cushion here. 3rd set as they play for the sweep. The Governors are trying to prolong the matter here. Good pass here to Waldron, and this one, there's a touch up front, according to the line judge to our right, and that'll be a point for Addison Novotny. Can't say I really saw that touch, but I'm guessing the line judge in the right corner either saw it or saw a different spin on the ball that was a good indicator that there was a fingertip touch. So it's 8-5. Warriors tap the return back. Pierre will return on a two-hand push. And a nice block coming back to deny Perry. Another tap over the Governor defense. Pierre can't get in system, but they will free ball it back. On the return by Hart, here comes Perry. Power shove, it's good. One of those that looks like a catch and throw, but Perry made it look perfect. And Aubrielle Perry with her 7th kill. So again, a long point, but it's a one and done for the Governors, and Chloe Peterson will serve as the Warriors lead 9-5. And this one goes up, and just at the last moment, yeah, the Governors were yelling out. Lola Keenholz tried to get a hand on it, tried to pull it down, but it did touch the fingertip, and that'll be an ace. Excuse me, for Chloe Peterson, whose serve was going to go plenty long. She'll go to Keenholz again up the middle. Keenholz with a good pass here. The Governors get it out to Bushbaum. Couldn't get much on the swing. Warriors return it back. Hadley Hart, good pass up front. Here's Sierra Prunty down the line, and she'll collect her first varsity kill as Jerry could not run that one down. Sierra Prunty with the kill. Still trailing by 4, 6 serving 10. Molly Olson in off the bench. Bushbaum is out of the front line. Olson to serve. Play through the back and add a second setter in there as well. Harp is denied, keeps it alive, gets it back. Hadley Hart with a dig. Governors will send it out to Prunty, but she has to stay on the floor and free ball it away. Here's Harp on the right side. Count it. Dana Harp set up by Emily Ackerman. Ackerman going to check out here as Kelly Schroeder is going to send in Finley Langenfeld, an outside hitter, to serve. Crowd favorite as they're letting Finley Langenfeld hear it. Good serve, played up by Prunty. Set comes out on the near side, and a good one at that. The swinging kill is good for Sierra Prunty. Saw Prunty mostly on that far side, swinging from the left side of the Governor net, but this time gets her second straight from the right side. Hadley Hart serves. Good one at that. Nesdahl played it. Washington free balls it back. An 11-7 third set so far. Allie Keys with a swing, but Nesdahl is back to dig it up again. And the tapper good this time for Finley Langenfeld. Want to correct something. Langenfeld is playing up front. It was Megan McCloskey who had the serve last time. And she's in as a backup setter in place of Emily Ackerman, who's had a nice night. And the point went to Langenfeld. The point goes to Washington as well. They lead by 5 at 12-7. Here's Keys. Strong attack from the right side, near side from the Governor's standpoint, but cross quarter misses as that one is out of bounds. As Harp serves again, right to left. Oh, and that one just eats up Lola Keenholz. That one I think Lola had to make a play on it. The previous one, not so much, but this one I believe would have fallen fair, but it just got to her much too quickly as opposed to what she was thinking. Now she dives to her left and can't make a play on this one as well. Back-to-back aces, and a timeout will be taken by the Governors. Here hanging tough in this third set, but suddenly 4 in a row scored by Dana Harp and the Washington Warriors, and they've doubled their lead to 8. It's 15-7. Timeout on the floor, sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling, and we're back at 30 seconds with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Taking care of your...
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Being local.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Welcome back to Sioux Falls, past the 8 o'clock hour. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. Washington is playing for the sweep, and they're 10 points away. As the serve comes back from Dana Harp, she sent us to that timeout with back-to-back aces, but this time she will let one fly just a little too long. Governors tracked it. Made the right decision. 8 serving 15, and Allie Keys on the floor to serve. In the back row, Governors get a nice block, but Jersey Peterson will score as the block ricochets to the far side and out of bounds at center court. Jersey Peterson, the sophomore middle hitter. Big presence up there in that front line. She'll check out, but then they'll bring in Chloe Peterson to intimidate a bit. Here's a swing for Schleckaway. Nice angle on that one, but it is dug up. Schleckaway trying to get a block, but it's over and out of bounds. Part of me a little curious of whether she actually got a hand on it, but there doesn't seem to be any debate on the floor, and Finley Langenfeld swings and scores from the right side. 17-8. The server is Hannah Nesdal for the Warriors. There's a swing, and you can count that one for the Governors. As Sloan Waldron, who the Governors really want to see more swings from, gets one to angle from the cross-court effort in the near side to the far corner. Waldron's first kill of the night. She rotates to serve now. Still the primary setter, and a hot shot serve, but this one stays low and into the net. Believe it or not, the first service error for the Governors tonight. Kelly Schroeder would, according to our pregame conversation, would love that serve percentage that Pierre has tonight. Langenfeld and McCloskey check out for Washington. They get their primary setter, Emily Ackerman, back in as she serves. And she got a dig up there too. Pierre blocking up front, keeping it alive is Peterson. Ackerman underneath it. Pierre with another block, but it's just out of bounds. Oh, a great effort from Marina Bushbaum. Aubrielle Perry is going to score. That was a darn near, I'm going to call it an almost right on the money highlight play by Marina Bushbaum of the Governors, but our right on the money highlight plays throughout are brought to you by Rounds Financial Services in Pierre. Governors standing their ground on that defensive sequence. They've got an opportunity to put one across, but the set was too close to the net for Schleckaway. Had it blocked right back, and now as Waldron leaves it behind her with Bushbaum. Bushbaum about 8 feet off the net and swings with the left hand, and that stays low and into the net. And it's T-5 and counting here for the home team. Washington up 20-9. Ackerman serves. Waldron with a good back set here. Schleckaway dug up by Harp in the back line. Jay Jerry. Hot shot is down. First kill for her in this third set. Washington's kill column is not quite as well populated in this third game as the first two sets were. I've got them unofficially with 8 kills out of 21 points in game 3. Hadley Hart plays one up. Bushbaum on the move. It's blocked back. Pierre's third touch will not get across. Done a good job that time by the front line, and Peterson may have gotten herself another block point. We'll give it to her. Benefit of the doubt, 22-9. Serve played up here by Ellen Hart. Here with a tap out. And now it's Aubrielle Perry again. And you really, if you're a Washington fan, if you're just a volleyball fan, the beautiful thing to see with this Washington team is how they're able to spread things around. And you don't do that without good communication. And you don't do that without a number of talented players who can get things to go. Here is Peterson to slam one home, and that'll bring up set and match point. 24-9. Our score is Emily Ackerman will serve for the match. The Governors topped out at 9 in the second set. Here's the serve returned back to the net by Ellen Hart, and Chloe Peterson is there to put it home, and that is how quickly Game 3 can come to an end. 25-9 once again on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard as Sioux Falls, Washington wins this one in straight sets. 25-20, 25-9, and 25-9. The Warriors run off the last 8 points of that third game and ultimately of the match as well. They improved to 5-1 on the season. The Governors will drop to 2-6, and they'll be back home to host the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots on Thursday night with a match you'll hear here on River 92.7. All Washington in this one, especially in games 2 and 3. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Make sure to set up your budget plan and keep full service to stay warm when it gets cold with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes, and our Family Dental postgame will be next. Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. We'll give you the recap, and we've got our big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics, your player of the game to announce, also from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre, and maybe a conversation with head coach Kerry Wheelhouse in this one. The Governors outmatched tonight, as it happens, and they fall in straight sets to Sioux Falls, Washington. We're back in 3 minutes for the Family Dental postgame. You're listening to Governor Volleyball, your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Walk down the aisles and find the highest quality meats, freshest produce, and delicious bakery and deli items. This week's special, California fresh red, green, or black grapes, only $1.49 a pound. Plus register for one of 2 7 cubic foot Frigidaire chest freezers this week. On your way home, stop at Dakota Mart Gas and save up to 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Taking care of your vehicle since 1980, TMA in Pierre has been serving Central South Dakota for over 42 years. Owners Bruce and Brenda Lounsbury, owners of the Ultimate Tire Store, have been taking care of customers at TMA for over 30 years. TMA, your hometown-owned business, offers quality service and products. Tires, mufflers, alignments, oil changes, brakes. Call 605-224-6167. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. TMA, next to the Northridge Plaza in Pierre.
Zander Auto Parts, the only local auto parts store in the Pierre-Fort Pierre area, has been serving Central South Dakota for over 40 years. They're a trusted name when it comes to automotive parts and supplies. Their knowledgeable staff is dedicated to assisting you in finding exactly what you need. Convenience is also a top priority. They're located at 500 Sioux Avenue. Zander Auto Parts. They support area youth in their activities. When you need auto parts or supplies, shop Zander Auto Parts, your auto value parts store.
Hi, this is Clark Chaudhry, the Business Development Officer at American Bank and Trust in Pierre.
With over 25 years of experience as a local business owner, I'm familiar with the day-to-day trials and needs it takes for your farm and business to be successful. AB&T in Pierre has a team of experienced agriculture and business banking professionals that speak your language. Make American Bank and Trust your trusted banking advisor. Call or visit us online at abt.bank today.
Well, the Governors coming in as expected, a big underdog to Sioux Falls, Washington. They played pretty well in that first set in the grand scheme of things, but the second and third sets we saw Washington kind of flex their muscle, and they win those two games in dominating fashion. But you know how it usually happens. It's just a gradual climb from an somewhat even start to just build that lead. The good teams can get the 3 and 4 point rallies in a row, and they also will hold the underdog teams to, maybe 2 or 3 at a time, but usually it's a one and done, and we saw a lot of that, unfortunately, for the Governors when they come in serve, and they made again a lot of great efforts tonight, did the Govs, but certainly you see how the other half lives when you come to the Metros sometimes, and that was the case with Sioux Falls, Washington here tonight. It was Washington dominating from the get-go, even in that first game. They built up a fairly big lead of 10 already at 14-4, and it stayed at 10 at 15-5, and even got to 13 at 18-5 at one point. But then the Governors started chipping away just a little bit. 22-11 became 22-14 with a few in a row. Governors held Washington to a one and done, scored 2 of their own. Another one and done for Washington. Still, that made it set point at 24-16. Lo and behold, the Governors come up with 4 in a row and got back within 4 at 24-20, but that's still a lot of points to ask for when you're trying to fight them all off. And Washington wins that first one 25-20. You got to be proud of the effort there if you are the Governors. But then when Washington starts that second set with 5 in a row, looked like they were going to start running away from it with that one. But then the Governors stayed within themselves and stayed within that set. They got back within 3 at 8-5, but then 7 in a row scored by Dana Harp, I believe it was, and the Washington Warriors. In fact, I take that back. It was Jay Jerry in serve. And that made it a 15-5 game, a 10-point advantage for Washington again. And this time they were not threatened after that. The lead got to as big as 14 at 22-8, and it finished at 16, in fact, 25-9. Governors got the first 2 points of the second set, however. Even though Washington came back and scored 4, the Governors tied it, but Washington had 4 in a row again to go up 8-4 after a one and done for the Govs. Once again, we were at an 8-5 stopping point, but then Washington started to build with 2 points and then one and done, but then they get 4 in a row to go up 15-7. They get a couple to go up 17-8, and after one final side out for the Govs made it 17-9. It was Emily Ackerman who served out the string, and 8 in a row to finish it for the Warriors. So the Governors didn't give up those 7 and 8 point rallies in the first set. In fact, nothing more than 4 for Washington. Obviously, it took a little longer, but a 7-point rally in the second set, 8-pointer to close things out as well. And they win that third game 25-9 as well. Take a look at the stats, and offensively, a 42-14 advantage unofficially for the Warriors in that kill column. And they spread it around among 7 different players. Dana Harp will lead with 9 kills. That's the number Aubrielle Perry will finish with as well. I have been suffering from a throat issue. Forgot my cough drops tonight. Jade Jerry with 8 kills as well. 7 for Chloe Peterson. That's the top 4 offensive threats, all with 7, 8, or 9 kills apiece. Jersey Peterson in that second rotation finishes with 5, and then 2 kills each for the setter, Emily Ackerman, and for Finley Langenfeld, who came in off the bench in Ackerman's place. 42 on the night for the Washington Warriors. For the Pierre Governors, they will be led in scoring by Addison Novotny with 3 kills. Alexis Schleckaway also with 3. They get 2 from Molly Olson as the setter. Marina Bushbaum with a couple. Sierra Prunty with her first start gets a couple. And then Allie Keys and Sloan Waldron with 1 kill apiece. 42-14, Washington with the advantage there. Washington serves well with 14 aces on the night. Jerry with 5, Ackerman with 4, Dana Harp with 3. The Governors are led by Hadley Hart with 2 aces. Waldron and Novotny get 1 each for a total of 5. Only 1 service error for Pierre compared to 11 for the Warriors. And both teams with some blocking. In fact, it was Novotny with 1 ace block. Chloe Peterson finishes with 3 for the Warriors, and the error column has 15 for the Governors. Much of that came in the first set, though. They did clean things up as the match went along. In that regard, Washington with just 8 errors all night long. It's a Washington 3-game sweep, and we appreciate Coach Kerry Wheelhouse who has come up and to talk about this one. And I think, Coach, you got to love what you saw at the tail end of that first set. I'm sure you're kind of hoping to keep that effort going, and we talked about keys to success. Stay as close as you could for as long as you can, and but Washington's get these big rallies, and they know how to run away from you a little bit, and they know how to exploit something as well, and that's kind of what you were up against tonight.
Yeah, I'm proud of the girls for where they're at. We stepped into, Sierra Prunty's coming off of a broken ankle, and she's only been in, played 2 games last week for JV and hasn't been on a varsity court yet. And so her stepping in tonight and stepping into that role that we lost with Paige, she did an amazing job that way. Ellen Hart coming in out of the back row, or for the back row, she did a great job stepping in there. Sometimes it's hard to play right next to your senior sister, but did a great job holding her own over there and doing that. So things for us to build on, like we just keep talking about in the locker room, was, we've got to use the positive things that we're adjusting. We used to be, if the ball was off the net, we didn't know what to do with it. Now we're getting it over. We're hitting into spots that we weren't, doing some of that stuff. We couldn't get a touch on the block in that first set, the first half of the set, and when we get the block touches. So we've got to continue to focus on those positive things. It's hard to come down and lose like that, but things that we're positively working on, trying to get us to build this program.
You knew the speed of the game would be up a notch or two tonight, and I think the back row is still feeling a little bit of that, of the struggle with that. They've got to, ultimately, and hopefully they will catch up to the speed of the game. But I thought the front line, as you got those block touches, I think the front line played pretty well against, staring down 5 or 6 different guns that Washington had up front.
Yeah, it's not only did we lose Paige, and so we have a different outside, we pulled Lexi Schluck away to be an outside, and so she's a big force in our back row and our middle back, so that opens up another hole. So just adjusting to some of those spots being changed around, how it flows with each other. Lexi hasn't been an outside hitter for almost 2 years, and so she's stepping up into a role that she hasn't played in a while, and so getting used to the set, the sets and that kind of stuff. But all positive things that we're looking at, especially being such a young team and coming in with this different stuff. I can't be more proud of the girls that are stepping up into those roles, and it's not easy, and we're going to just keep trying to have that positive mentality going forward.
And that's going to help when you get Sioux Falls Lincoln in your place on Thursday night. And as far as the Metros go, Lincoln's been one of these teams that's not been the caliber of Washington, but they look like a much improved club this year. I can tell you they did beat Aberdeen twice, and I think they were on their way to doing a 3-game sweep as well. So obviously, going to be a tough battle, but when you got your home crowd behind you, anything can happen Thursday night.
Yeah, and quick turnaround, 1 practice, so we'll try and adjust on some of that stuff that we just need to look at, and then hopefully we can use the home crowd advantage to get us excited about the game and get us a little more fired up.
What have you seen from Lincoln so far?
They've got a lot of different offensive runs in the front row. They are going to have a good block as well on it. They run a lot of different combinations, and again, the speed of their combinations is something that we're just going to have to really work on, of getting quicker with our block and then getting our back row to fill in those holes.
I haven't seen their roster yet, but they seem to have 6-footer after 6-footer up front too.
Yeah, they got some height on them. There's nobody that's crazy for height that we're going to get really beat out that way, but we just got to be ready for the speed of it.
Okay. Coach, we'll let you go, and we'll see you Thursday night, all right?
Thanks.
Cary Wheelhouse Governors, they do fall to Sioux Falls, Washington in 3 straight. We've got big plays of the game that made it all happen for the Washington Warriors that are brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's take a quick break and hear from Hermanson's and anything else we need William Wilson to take care of as well, and we'll be back with big plays of the game. We still have your Cowboy Country Stores player of the game coming up as well. This is Pierre Governor Volleyball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Thrifty, local, and convenient. Dakota Mart in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Walk down the aisles and find the highest quality meats, freshest produce, and delicious bakery and deli items. This week's special, California fresh red, green, or black grapes, only $1.49 a pound. Plus register for one of 2 7-cubic-foot Frigidaire chest freezers this week. On your way home, stop at Dakota Mart Gas and save up to 20 cents per gallon every day. Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics gives us our big plays of the game. Big plays, and obviously they come from Washington, although there were at times some big plays of that Governor block that really started to kind of get a feel for the offensive attack of Sioux Falls, Washington. And obviously they just need to continue to improve on keeping plays alive, but and in behind that block. But some good things we saw from the Governors tonight, but really the rallies came in the blowout sets in the second and the third. 7 in a row for Washington to go up 15-5 in the second. They never looked back after that. And 8 in a row to close things out in that third set, even though Washington was already leading 17-8. But the last 8 scored by Emily Ackerman and the Warriors in that final set, and they won it again, 25-9. Those are your big plays of the game, sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics. And I'm going to throw in 14 aces for Sioux Falls, Washington as well. They want to clean up their serving. They've got 11 errors in serve, but it is an aggressive serving team, and 14 aces certainly help their cause in this one this evening. Those are your big plays of the game, brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And with that, your player of the game, sponsored by Cowboy Country Stores, the last order of business that we have to take care of. Let's hear from Hermanson Endodontics. We'll make it official when we come back with more Pierre Governor Volleyball.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Champs Chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to a soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores. Euclid and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre giving us our player of the game, and we'll go with a winning team on their home court tonight. Sioux Falls, Washington is player of the game worthy, but you look on the Governor's side, and again, I really thought Alexis Schleckaway played pretty well this evening. 3 kills as she is probably going to have to become more of a hitter once again rather than just a defensive player in the back row. And some other players that Coach Cary Wheelhouse signaled out, still like Molly Olson and her opportunities to get some set kills in there from time to time. And some of the serving that we saw from Hadley Hart, who got a couple of aces, and Novotny and Waldron getting one in there as well, including Novotny with an ace block. So there's some good things, but the Governor's just hoping to build upon some of the good things they saw tonight. You look at this Washington team, and again, they're spreading the wealth. They've got 7 players in the kill column, and they're all scoring, and they're all scoring in their own ways. They spread it around. Dana Harp and Jade Jerry with 9 kills apiece. Chloe Peterson with 7. They get 8 from Jerry, 9 for Aubrielle Perry as well. But as I always say, when you're spreading the wealth, somebody's distributing, and that's got to be the setter. And I think Washington's got a good one in Emily Ackerman, the senior, who is going to be our player of the game tonight. In addition to all the set assists that she'll collect tonight, she also, had 4 service aces to lead the way, including 2 in that last run of 8 in a row to ice this one with a 25-9 third set victory as Washington wins it in a sweep. Emily Ackerman, tonight's player of the game, will get her a T-shirt noting her accomplishments as Washington gets the Governors tonight 25-20, 25-9, and 25-9. Other scores tonight, Brandon Valley sweeps Brookings. O'Gorman has swept Watertown. And Sioux Falls Lincoln, who we will see on Thursday at Riggs High Gym, wins at home over Aberdeen Central in 3 straight, 25-23, 25-21, 25-18. Jefferson sweeps T. We see T area in their place on Saturday afternoon. There's a couple more matches in Douglas and Rapid City Central, Spearfish and lead Deadwood out west. And still going on, Yankton leads Huron 2-0 down at the Summit Center in Yankton. Our final score tonight, once again, is 3-0 Sioux Falls, Washington. Our next coverage will be Thursday night when the Governors are back home at Riggs High Gym, taking on the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Hope you can join us. We'll be on the air at about 6 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, but it'll be here on River 92.7 with that 6 o'clock Bank West pregame. Friday night, it's homecoming football. The Governors will host the Brookings Bobcats, and 6:25 the pregame time there from Hollister Field. Join us for that. Saturday, we've got soccer in a doubleheader as the Governors host T area at 12 and 2 o'clock here on River 92.7. Justin Cowart's on the call starting with an 11:30 pregame, and then I'll be on KGFX with the Governor Volleyballers on Saturday afternoon, 1:30 the start time with a pregame, and at 2 o'clock first serve as the Governors battle the T area Titans. Busy week will continue here on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, KGFX, and drgnews.com. We remind you as we take to the road, heading back home, on the reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety to text or drive. There is no and. That reminder, because we've all got someplace to be from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. For William Wilson in studio, for Caleb Brozick running camera, you can rewatch this one at drgnews.com and on your DRG News smartphone app. Once we sign off, your final Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Sioux Falls, Washington sweeps the Governors in 3, 25-20, 25-9, and 25-9. We'll see you Thursday night, 6 o'clock pregame, when the Governors host the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. Good evening, everybody.
You've been listening.